Thanks, everybody. And while this is going to be serendipitous, we did not get together and talk about what we're going to talk about. But I think it's interesting, before I start the presentation, that we acknowledge that there is a common thread and a common theme amongst these presentations. So without a further ado, I'm going to talk about success through human capital. At WealthBar, what we do is we are your online financial advisor. We help people save money for retirement. We take care of everybody's household personal finance. We're your financial advisor. We're in your pocket. You can talk to us anywhere, from anywhere, and at any time. But what really drives WealthBar from the inside is our culture. So what I would like to share with you about is we went to Squamish about 3 months ago for 2 days. And for 2 days, we talked about how 15 of us right now, almost 15, are going to develop company culture that we're going to foster and that we're going to enjoy for years to come. WealthBar has started hiring people about 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And I'm very proud to say that to date, nobody has actually left WealthBar to go look for another job. We have had one person leave to move closer to a family, and that was a move from Vancouver to London, England. And there was a legal requirement. One person had to leave for legal reasons. Nothing like that. It was personal. But nobody has left us to go get another job because they were unsatisfied or unhappy with what we're providing and what they were doing. So what we're going to talk about is what isn't culture, what it is, how to build it, how to hire for it, and why you need it. So it's always easy to just pass on the negative stuff to someone else. So Rand from Moz says, your culture is not your motto of work hard, play hard. Your culture is not your ping pong table and your beer fridge. It's not inside jokes you have around the office. It isn't where you hang out after work. And it isn't a list of company values posted on your wall. Some of these things contribute to your company culture, but it isn't what actually makes it, and it isn't what's going to sustain it. What makes the company culture, according to our employees, is a set of common values that drive your business and your clients and your employees all together. So what we like to have as our values posted on virtual wall, it isn't actually on the wall, is transparency. We're a culture of transparency. Any employee at any time can come and ask any of the executives any questions, and we will give you an honest answer. All of our employees have access into a KPI, into our dashboard. Everybody has complete and utter access and transparencies, with an exception of salaries, and I'm actually working towards opening up salaries and equalizing and evening things out as well, so that everybody will know where they can go and what they can prospect to. But other than salaries at the moment, everything is transparent. We would like to be known in the finance industry as the most honest company that you can save your money with. If I succeed at nothing, I will succeed at that. We foster work-life balance. We make sure that people who work hard actually take time off. I have kicked people out of the office and made them go skiing and things like that when I've known that they've worked hard, because it is important that it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. You do not need to work 80 hours a day. It's not sustainable forever. We foster healthy living. We foster financial stability. We're in business of financial stability. I cannot underpay people and make them, eat ramen. It's just not what we do. So we foster financial stability. We have matching savings plans for our employees and all of these good things. And we're a culture of knowledge. We're a culture of knowledge sharing, knowledge pursuit. We foster professional development with our employees, and we really try to make sure that our clients are knowledgeable about finance industry, about facts, about tax laws, and stuff like that. Culture is also something other than salary that makes your employees get up in the morning. And so a lot of other speakers tonight talked about purpose and something, what drives you, what makes you get up in the morning, other than, pursuit of riches and Teslas and whatever it is that startup founders thrive to get these days. But what is really that makes you get up in the morning? So our employees say that helping people, actually making the world a better place, as corny as that sounds. Benevolence. We support a charity called Prosper Canada, which actually supports financially vulnerable Canadians who are below the poverty line. We have to date, through our events, raised over $6,000 in a span of 8 months from our clients and our employees and our company all together. Personal freedom. Our employees actually value the fact that I don't police them after work so that they can go and freelance. I'm like, this is crazy. Why would you not be able to do it? Apparently, that's something that people stop. Information, access to information and clarity. And last but not least, the pursuit of knowledge, support of professional development, and actual exchange of values and knowledge. So what I'm going to share with you is specifically what our employees talked about, what they love about working at WealthBar, which is the fact that we celebrate our wins, that we are responsive to critique and suggestions, that we have relaxed, comfortable dress code, that we're authentic, that we collaborate at all levels, that we respect our employees and our clients, that we foster work-life balance, that we foster cross-disciplinary work, that we offer flex hours and flex work for location, that we give our employees the autonomy and empower them to lead the projects, and that we foster culture where it's okay to make a mistake. So why would you want to do this, and how to hire for it is to engage your employees in the hiring process and make them tout this company culture line, not you. People do business with people they like, and they tend to like people that are more like them. I'm not saying hire all 25-year-olds that like the same TV show and all of that. Diversity is necessary, but it is your partner. It shouldn't drive you. It should happen because you have created a right set of values and the right set of and the right company culture that will attract diversity, but don't force the diversity because that never ends well. Why you need it? You need it because, you need it because when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And the tough that get going need a reason to go. So if you have something other than success of your company that drives your employees, you really need that. And at the end of the day, why you need the company culture? Because when I'm past the 15 employees, when I'm past the 50 employees, and hopefully I'm past the 500 employees, I don't want to come to work one day to a company where I don't like to work. So you really need to start from ground up, from the initial employees, and get them to teach the oncoming generation of employees the same culture and the same values you instill into them. Thank you. Any questions? I know we're beating this culture thing to death, but it's really important. Yes?
So when you need somebody, new talent in your company, how do you manage looking for a cultural fit and also looking for skills?
So that's a really good question. The question is, when we hire somebody else, how do we manage to look for a cultural fit and look for skills as well? So the skills are interviewed by the people on the respective team. It's not always, it's different people depending on, so they will test for skills. And the culture is done by a cross-section of the workforce. So there's going to be 3 or 4 people who are going to have a short conversation with this person and put their feedback and their honest things into, we use a software called Lever, and then if there isn't a cultural fit, that will come up in that, because these people are not necessarily having technical and skill conversations, they're just having a conversation. So they come up. And it's not a perfect process, but it worked so far. Yep.
At what stage in your company do you set out what your culture is? Is it possible to, even in a later stage company, change your culture?
At what stage in your company is it to set what your culture is? I think definition of culture is a moving target. You just have to make sure that it reflects the values that you've set out to reflect. So, for example, honesty and transparency are not negotiable for us. We are not. That's how we approach our clients. That's how we report to our clients. So that's not negotiable. These various other things, like whether or not you're going to wear a suit to work and stuff like that, is going to come with the people. So there are principal core values that are not negotiable, and then there are adjustments or reflections from that value that can change over time. Yeah.
So why is salary the last thing to be transparent, and what's the hurdle now to opening that for your team?
So it's just difficult to make it transparent because it isn't part of our dashboard. Our salaries is in this really cool, awesome company called Rise. So it isn't really easy to make everybody a Rise administrator, and I'm sure that our account manager here wouldn't like that. So we just haven't figured out a way to do that yet, but a lot of people do have access to salaries, and it hasn't been really a big question. The reason why we want to do this now is because I'm going through a training where we want to really get our ratios, and this is like high-level accounting things in planning for businesses, and we're going to be able to actually find out what's the return on employees, and it's going to be important for the employees to understand their value proposition inside their work unit. So it's going to become more transparent. People are going to be in tiers. And we're trying this out and seeing how it goes. I'm not saying it's going to work, but we're going to try it.
Last question.
Yep. Yep.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm wondering,
Actually evaluate them based on all of this culture and mitigate talk versus return on employee or average employee productivity per hour or return on employee per month, stuff like that. Like conventional accounting standards. Have you done something new for employee measurement?
I'm working with an accountant from Alabama. This is a way longer question than I can address right here. But it's not just about millennials and the new generation. It's about all employees and how they contribute to society and, to your company. Employees, bad employees, not that anybody's really a bad employee, but bad employees can actually hurt your bottom line more than they can help it. So these are the metrics that are designed to flush that out and help you kind of cut the fat, if you will. But this is a really long conversation. Thank you.